When America is punched, he punches back harder. That's why there will be 104% tariffs going into effect on China tonight at midnight. But the president believes that she and China want to make a deal. They just don't know how to get that started. And the president also wanted me to tell all of you that if China reaches out to make a deal, he'll be incredibly gracious, but he's going to do what's best for the American people. Everybody in Washington, whether they want to admit it or not, knows that this president is right when it comes to tariffs and when it comes to trade.
This is White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt, a professional in lying and deceit.
President Trump's 104% tariffs to China were made live last night. 104% is not just an A++, which is exactly what President Trump does. He always goes for the gold. He goes for the extra credit as he moves at Trump speed, and he's our deal maker in chief. But no, the 104% tariffs are symbolic because 104 is actually a fever that you need to be hospitalized for, and the only cure for that is not more cowbell, it is America.
Meanwhile, on TikTok, comedian Lisandra Vazquez is showing the art of impersonation.
Also yesterday, the president spoke with Japan's prime minister, who wants to negotiate as well. The president also spoke to the acting president of South Korea this morning. He has tasked Secretary Bessent and U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer to lead these talks. In total, since the Liberation Day announcement, nearly 70 countries have already reached out to the president to begin a negotiation. Countries are falling over themselves to reform their unfair trade practices and free open their markets to our country. Why? Because these countries greatly respect President Trump in the sheer power of the American market.
I reiterate, a professional liar who only got the job because she is adequate enough to continue the grift for the current administration.
President Trump has put a pause on the tariffs for 90 days in order to open negotiation between all of the countries that are lined out the door, and they're frankly obsessed with us. Everybody really wants to do business with the United States because they realize that they would be lost without us. 90 days is a really specific time frame, I know, but that's enough time to find a fiancé on television, then it's enough time to negotiate trade with countries.
Rumor has it the effect on Leavitt has been drastic, that she has sometimes chosen to not greet the press with her signature and also costly cross necklaces.
As for their 401ks, look at what President Trump did for you in his first term. He is working on implementing that economic formula every single day by lowering inflation, lowering energy prices, massive deregulatory efforts, while simultaneously effectively implementing tariffs, and they'll hear more about that announcement tomorrow.
So as the stock market crashes and 401ks are affected, Leavitt continues being trotted out to give a vibe of, we're working on it, when they are solely the ones responsible for this entire mess.
Yeah, okay, you people are frankly, and again, obsessed with the stock market. The stock market is going down, but what do elevators do in skyscrapers? They go down and then they go up. You people have no faith and also no knowledge on the economy. You sound like panicans when you need to look more like mannequins, okay? You need to shut it and you need to be like this. Because frankly, you people being obsessed by calling it Black Monday when all Mondays matter.
That last line was a bar, not gonna lie. The mocking, though, would continue.
President Trump doesn't want American industries to survive. He wants them to thrive. And that's exactly what his tariff and trade policy is going to do. Wednesday will be Liberation Day in America, as President Trump has so proudly called it, because he is going to end the decades of unfair trade practices that have been ripping off American workers. It has hollowed out our middle class. It has turned the American heartland into an American wasteland where jobs have gone overseas. Products are made with foreign hands instead of American hands. That is going to end on Wednesday. And the rest of the world is going to feel what the American public have felt for decades.
Ah, yes. And did that happen by chance?
The liberal media is calling it Black Monday. Black Monday, I thought DEI was over and we're no longer labeling things, and call me crazy, but I thought that the liberal media preferred the term African American. So President Trump is going to lead us into a new age, and you can't get to a new age without breaking a few eggs. How do you expect to get a Western omelet made or an egg McMuffin? if you don't break a few eggshells. And that's exactly what President Trump is doing for the American people.
No, it did not.
Many of you in the media clearly missed the art of the deal. You clearly failed to see what President Trump is doing here. You tried to say that the rest of the world would be moved closer to China when in fact we've seen the opposite effect. The entire world is calling the United States of America, not China, because they need our markets, they need our consumers, and they need this president in the Oval Office to talk to them. And that's exactly why more than 75 countries have called, because the United States of America is the best place in the world to do business.
I just asked rhetorically, how does someone hear this, watch this, process this, and think, she's killing it, isn't she? I mean, what world are these people living in?
Marjorie Taylor Greene and other members of Congress have been accused of insider trading, but there's nothing inside about it. The president said it publicly, and if you are failing this, if you're losing money, if you're poor right now, then it's because you're failing an open book test and you're mad. The book Art of the Deal. If you had picked it up when it was a bestseller, or literally it's available now on Amazon, Washington Post, but you know, it is something that you should be mad at yourself about. And you know who else you should be mad at? Joe Biden.
For more from Lisandra, please head over to TikTok and throw her a follow under the handle Lisandra V Comedy. For more info, you could head to her website, lisandravcomedy.com. Her Instagram can also be found under the same handle as her TikTok, as well as her YouTube channel. Great stuff all around. Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/TYT Sports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.